Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Tesla report for Thursday, December 14th, 2023. Let's take a look at the charts. I'll start with this image here, big picture, work our way into the day itself. Just a reminder, if you can follow this line all the way up, this channel bottom we settled below a couple of months ago, that set off a sell signal that at one point we were anticipating to yield this 170.72 channel bottom. That didn't happen. What did occur is in the interim, and when we put out that low, it formulated a new descending 1/3 speed line that I always do as a matter of course. We topped out there for a week. We closed above that speed line about, I don't know, 5 weeks ago, something like that, at least a month ago. And that set off a buy signal into the 256.39 to 261.99 region. We're back to anticipating this over the next week or two. This following, well, if you recall, on Tuesday we closed just below this channel bottom, clearly opened below it on Wednesday, sold off to the 228.20 day low. Then we sprung back late in the day to close higher on the day, to close back above this formation. I do think this is indication for a likely upward continuation over the next week or two into that 256.39 to 261.99 descending channel resistance. Now we also have 247.77 today that we may actually test. It is in line with a descending channel top over the last 2 weeks of trade. And so you can see that here. We've got 243.80 as likely to contain intraday strength. So once we test, I'm talking to day traders, test 243.80, we can quite easily back off to 238.64. But I think, yes, we closed just above the channel bottom and we settled just below it the day before. I do think, assuming that we open above 238.64, it offers decent day support and quite possibly good support into next week, that above which this 256.39 to 61.99 region remains a 1 to 2 week target. On the way up, once again today, I do have 243.80 able to contain intraday strength, beyond which 247.77 is likely intraday, and that is a combination trend line across these highs and channel top, extreme channel top, as you can see right here with the line is a little different off the last few weeks, likely to contain session strength. And I don't use the word likely often, but I do think under this situation, given the distance from present price levels, it can contain session strength. But I will also say I do anticipate its eventual violation. This following the settlement on Wednesday, back above the 238.64 channel bottom. So this was, in a sense, the rejection of a meaningful 1 to 2 week sell signal. As you recall, it was the settlement on Tuesday below the 238.64 formation that set up a 1 to 2 week target at 214.91. On the way down, anticipating 222.28 within 3 to 5 days, able to contain session weakness. But the very next day, we close back above it, and that puts the bull back in the driver's seat, if you will, expecting 243.80 today, above which 247.77 in reach, where we can top out for the day and perhaps fall back to the 238.64 formation tomorrow. We could trade inside of this area for the next day or two, but I do think, and I'll say it one more time, that Wednesday settlement above 238.64 does signal and should yield 256.39 to 61.99. I'm going to say by the end of next week. And if we close today above 247.77, then within just a 2 to 3 day period of time, we should push into the 256.39 to 261.99 region, where we can top out through January, fall away from here down to this 214.99 region. So I've been saying this now for some time, and I'm trying to see if there's a better chart to show that. And there really isn't that I have in front of me right now, so I'll stick with this one. And that is to say that once we test the 256.39 to 61.99 region, and once again we're back to anticipating it by the end of next week, it can contain buying through January. And, this is an area that you can sell, whether you're already long and taking profits or whether you want to go short through January, actually. And from here, we can fall back to the 214.91 channel bottom within 3 to 5 weeks of doing so. So this area, 214.91 support, 261.99 resistance, we could fill this wedge out all the way through January trade. So let's talk downside today. Yes, we did violate it yesterday, 230.33. It is a 3/8 downside Fibonacci over the last, well, following the October low against that high that was late November. We broke below it on Wednesday. We did not close below it, obviously, but I am still considering it able to contain intraday selling pressures at 230.33. And if we were, and by the way, yeah, to break or open below 230.33. I don't see that today, actually. I think what could happen is we close back below 238.64. I'm not expecting that, but what I'm going with is the bearish scenario that is not in play right now, but the expectations for 214.91 would resume if we close today back below 238.64. And if we did, 228.28, 222.28 becomes once again a 3 to 5 day target. And over the next week or two, 214.91. At 214.91, we can bottom out through January. But getting back to the day itself, breaking or opening below 238.64 allows 230.33 intraday, while closing today back below 238.64 signals 222.28 within 3 to 5 days, 214.91 within a week or two. Now, I grant you this, closing below this channel bottom on Tuesday, back above on Wednesday, back below on Thursday, it does become a bit nauseating in terms of its lack of containment. But the same formation did contain selling pressures beautifully a week and a half ago. It is still a valid line study, and I do think it deserves the 3-star status with the settlement back above it. I do think this is indicating this 256.39 to 61.99 region once again by the end of next week. So long as we continue placing daily settlements above 238.64, that remains the play. And in fact, once again, if we close today above 247.77, we should push into this area Friday, Monday-ish, where we could tap out through all of January. I think that pretty much sums it up. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com for that 5-day free trial. We've got 4 stock picks we've put out over the last 10 days or so, all of which are valid, and you can see each and every one of them for free by signing up for wickedstocks.com, taking advantage of the 5-day free trial. If you don't like it within 5 days, you can bow out at no cost to you whatsoever. I'm going to leave it at that for Thursday's test. I'll be back, of course, tomorrow with Fridays, and you have a great day.